thatch would probably
Yes,
have it
produce.
because it's grass.
It's grass.
It's like
yeah.
a material.
Yes.
Like that.
Or
Okay.
precipitation as
I
well.
always thought thatch was
Yeah,
made out of
the rain.
straw.
Not really,
I don't know.
but the
I
atmosphere.
guess it could be grass, a grass hut.
And
So,
it's coming down.
As Gilda
Yes.
Radner would
Dripping.
say, never mind. As I was finishing my degree in the late 80s and I was going to graduate school here at City College, it was a campus that was full of social activism. People were always protesting something, wars or nuclear weapons. I got involved in the anti-apartheid protest movement at various times when I was at City College. And also, of course, the AIDS crisis. We were always calling our senators and begging to get funding for the AIDS crisis, particularly in the mid-'80s when it was really ravaging the gay community. I had been bumming around as an actor since the late 1970s, and I was driving a taxi to support myself. I signed up for 15 credits in September of 1986, all enthusiastic about going back to college, and got all my textbooks, and 15 credits was a lot of hours a week. And also I had to drive the cab at least 4 or 5 days a week. So what happened after I started classes, I was enjoying it immensely, and my mother had a terrible stroke. She became half paralyzed in Louisiana. So I had to deal with that while I was driving full-time, going to class full-time. And then another friend of mine named Richard, who was a taxi driver friend of mine, we used to go to the Metropolitan Opera together. We were standees. For years, we would park our cab in front of the opera, and we'd go to the opera, and then we'd go back and drive the rest of the night. Well, Richard was diagnosed with terminal disease that was related to AIDS, and he was hospitalized in late October of '86 as I was going to college, and I had to help care for him while I was trying to deal with my mother long distance, taking 15 credits and driving the taxi. And the reason this was important for me now as I reflect back is because that was the time when I really learned self-discipline, to be able to take care of a dying friend, to take care of my mother's business via long distance, and to try to make all A's at City College. I don't know how I did it, but I did it. And unfortunately, my friend Richard died in early December 1986. And of course, the week that he died was when all my term papers were due. But I managed to care for him to the very, very end. We were in a city of a great plague, the AIDS plague of New York, one of the worst experiences that I've ever encountered, with people dying left and right. It was a very sad time in New York. But the taxi kept me focused because I always had a job to show up to. And then I loved going back to the school and learning about subjects that I really didn't know that much about. They say October will deliver a surprise. And I recall this in line at Trader Joe's as a pumpkin grins at me.